Hello, boys and girls, and welcome, welcome, welcome. It's me, Dr. Deirdre again, and I have another one of my favorite books I'd like to read with you today. So let's get started. Oh, How I Wished I Could Read, written by Gile, illustrated by Frank Fiorello. Oh, how I wished I could read. I awoke with a yell and sat straight up in bed, full of fear and wild worries and trouble and dread. Was it just a bad dream, or was what I feared true? Was reading a feat only others could do? In my dream, I was walking alone on the street and decided to sit down and put up my feet. Uh-oh, what does that sign say? I discovered too late what the wet paint sign said when the bench left my backside a bright shade of red. Then I saw a cute puppy and wanted to pet it. A sign tried to warn me I'd better forget it. But the words on the gate meant nothing to me, till a pack of wild dogs chased me right up a tree. I continued along on my readingless way, having no way to know what each sign had to say. He's passing many signs, but he can't seem to read them. I wished I could read, 'cause then I could know when danger signs warn me where I shouldn't go. A sign said no crossing, but I didn't heed it, because in my dream, I had no way to read it. So I stepped off the sidewalk, and oh, what a fuss. I was nearly run down by 2 cars and a bus. I heard honking and beeping, tires squealing and shrieking, cars crashing and smashing, and scraping and screeching. The drivers were angry. One yelled. All agreed. "What's the matter with you? You should learn how to read!" I jumped from the street and ran away fast, but worried about each sign that I passed. Above and beside and behind and below were instructions and warnings I needed to know. In my readingless dream, I felt angry and sad, as if I had lost a best friend, and I had. Oh, look how sad he is without being able to read. I was lost and alone and afraid as could be of the readingless troubles still waiting for me. I wondered and wondered what words I saw meant. Then got stuck in the muck near a sign. Wet cement. So I took off my shoes and sat down to clean them. 2 signs blocked my way, but I sat down between them. Ooh, what does the sign say? They said poison ivy, but I didn't know. Till an itchy red rash grew all over one toe. When I headed for home to get medication, I went from bad to worse. I went from a bad to worse situation. I opened the cupboard to look for toe ointment, but all that I found there was more disappointment. Do you know why he was disappointed? Each bottle and tube on the shelf had a label. I needed to read, but I wasn't able. I itched and I twitched. How I wished I could read. My toe was on fire from that poisonous weed. Just then, I woke up from my readingless dream when my cat nipped my toe and I let out a scream. Ouch! I threw back my covers and jumped to the floor. I ran to the shelf where my books were before. Could I tell a B from a T or a Z? Or were letters just lines on the paper to me? My books told the story as storybooks do. My dream was a nightmare, completely untrue. I can read. At last, it was over. At last, I was freed from the night when I wished how I wished I could read. The end. Hope you enjoyed that story, boys and girls. Have a great time until I see you again.